So I just got through watching one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And as of to date, of all the killer fish films or shark films I've seen, the one I just reviewed previously, Frankenfish, that's a masterpiece compared to this piece of garbage, piece of trash, god awful, every bad thing in the book, piece of shit movie. It is one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. It is one of the worst killer fish or shark films I've seen in my life. And after this, I'm going to need a shitload more of Mountain Dew after this. So, what film could have pissed me off a lot? Now, I'm not going to yell and scream. That's just going to be a total waste of energy because it's going to go absolutely nowhere, though. But I know in here, I am screaming my head off. Just infuriated. I'm breaking stuff in my room in here, or in here. Because this film is a pile of freaking nothing. And if anyone who likes this film, that's totally fine. Because you can like whatever you want, right? It's all a matter of opinion. It's all subjective. If you like watching bad, horrible, low-budget movies, that's fine too. I won't hold that against you. So, what film could have made me piss off so much in here and here? Well, excuse me. That's what made me. It makes me want to freaking puke and burp on this freaking movie. It makes me want to freaking puke. Oh, this film literally made me sick to my stomach just watching. But yeah, it's one of the worst shark movies I've seen in my life, and one of the worst films I've seen in my life. And it's a film that came out in 2015, and it's called Shark Exorcist. See, there it goes again. This film literally wants to make me want to puke. It really does. It makes me want to freaking puke. God damn it, man. Criminy. So yeah, so Shark Exorcist. What can I say about this film? Nothing. Nothing. Really freaking nothing. It's definitely low budgeted. Well, more than low budget. It was filmed almost like a homemade movie, like I probably for what it looked like, and this film is a 1.3 on IMDb. It deserves it. 1.3 on IMDb. I mean, the lowest I've seen of any movie I've seen. Well, like the ones I review, like Steel, that has like a 2.8. That is like low, but Steel, even though it's a different genre, but still lowest rated on IMDb. That's even a masterpiece compared to this movie. Frankenfish, like I reviewed previously, that's a masterpiece compared to this movie. I've seen films on sci-fi, like Frankenfish, and even the Sharknado movies. They're bad though, but I can tolerate more than this. I mean, the stupid idea of sharks in a tornado, the idea I say is much better or creative, better than the freaking idea in this movie. And let alone this is not like this in the movie. This poster here, okay, yeah, you say it's a cool poster, but it's a deceiving poster. It's not like this in the movie. You think, oh, it's an evil shark that's possessed, and you get a priest or something like that to exorcise whatever the evil is out of it. Nothing like this in the movie. This is a deceiving poster. Very deceiving. So, and one that I want to point out before I get to it, because there's nothing to it, but still. Besides having a 1.3 on IMDb, it boggles my mind that this gets a review on here from this person from Wicked Channel. It's Exorcist meets Jaws. It's entertaining as it is absurd. Absurd it is, yes, but absurd is an understatement. Entertaining? No, I have nothing entertaining about this. There I go again. Keeps wanting me to not talk about this film, because otherwise it's gonna make me want to puke and burp some more. But I got to keep on doing it, because you want to hear probably want to hear the rest of this ranting rage on this film. But yeah, that gets a review. And one thing I want to point out is, okay, I was looking online. Okay, looking at the page, audience reviews. I'm reading these audience reviews now. Like I said, you can like whatever you want, but to me, I just want to understand it at all. Probably, maybe these people like very bad movies. I don't know, but the way they describe them is like. Here, let's listen. Here, here's one of them. This is the best horror movie ever created, outdoing The Exorcist and Paranormal Activity. Really? So this is saying this film, this god-awful piece of shit movie, is better than The Exorcist and Paranormal Activity. Really. Now, Paranormal Activity, I can tolerate, though. I'm not a fan of the sequels, but that is 10 times better than this. Exorcist, many people are... There's a lot of people who are fans of The Exorcist, and essentially call it as a masterpiece and a classic. I'm sure those people would get offended at saying this is better than The Exorcist. But I'm keep on going on this one. 5 stars to me. Yeah, so you give this one 5 stars. Yeah, the CGI shark was stellar and way before its time in this movie. This is way before its time. This is a movie you do not want to miss, and warning you might cry. That is how scary it is. So that scary makes you want to cry. Well, that's a short net, but yeah. It's so scary, makes you want to cry. Well, I want to cry because this is a deceiving movie right here, and I want to cry because it is a disgusting movie. This makes me feel disgusted. I am. This movie is disgusting. That's how scary it is. This next one, also given it 5 stars. Hands down, the best movie I've ever seen. Competing for best horror movie of all time. Best movie of horror of all time? Like I said, I will never understand it. The way the storyline is intricately laced into the movie, leaving no plot holes and no questions unanswered, is very impressive. Beware, the special effects is hyper-realistic, so don't. Then there's it cuts away. It's just too long, but I'm kind of right there. Special effects are hyper-realistic. And leaving no plot holes and no questions unanswered is very impressive. This film has tons of questions and every single plot hole that I saw. Like there's what the question is, going into it, like there's this nun who like stabs a woman and goes in the water and like summons and guess there's a shark with yellow eyes. I guess it bites her a bit, I guess, and it's like I can't remember how to describe it because it's so goddamn stupid. This whole freaking movie is, questions unanswered and plot holes. Like, how is it like even the same nun? This nun summons she says she wants an Avenger. I mean, I'm sure that there are no Avengers coming to save her. Or she wants to summon any of those Avengers, like Thor or Captain America or some sort. Avenger? So, this shark with yellow eyes is your Avenger, and then even somehow, even later, you get to hear, this girl gets possessed and gets, shark teeth and all that. And also, the funny thing is, the special effects, yeah. And also, one thing I want to say is, I want to keep on going really before I get to everything else, but just, it just dumbfounds me how I'm describing this stuff. Another one, absolute masterpiece. Bone-chilling CGI haunts me to this day, and acting is truly Oscar-worthy. I'm thinking, are these people joking or not? I hope to God these people are joking. This is truly Oscar-worthy. If you're a horror enthusiast, this is a watch. Editing team deserves props as well as for underwater scenes and transitions from open water to the shallows. The Shallows is a good one with Blake Lively. I like that movie. 10 times better than this movie. And the budget of this film, it's definitely, you can see it's low budget. It's almost like it's a homeschool project. It says here it says estimated $300,000. It looks cheaper. You could buy for this film was cost not $300,000, not even for $300 maybe, but Not even for $30, maybe. It's how freaking cheap the look of this film is. Like I said, this nun stabs this girl, which either later on, it's like, I think it's the same girl that stabs the nun. And you get all these bunch of random people, like, we don't know who these people are. And then the CGI shark, you never see the shark with on the same screen. You never see the shark with a person. For most of the time, it's like the same shot of the same shark coming up and coming up with opening its mouth. It's like the same shot mostly every single time. Coming up, like that. And at one point, the woman's who gets like sort of injured. It's like, oh look, it bit a chunk off you. But where? You know, if there's like let's say when it bit. This is where they say that the girl got bit. Just how the way it's poorly done. How you see how the girl gets bit. It's like you take a paintbrush that you painted red and just go up like that. There's your injury. Or and then towards the end, like there's a priest and. There's a priest, and it does like sort of like a little exorcism. I think at one point it does possess him, because that's why you see this scene right here. If anyone's ever seen the film, that's why the guy's eyes are red, and because he gets possessed and exorcised like the girl, and I'm pausing because it's because this film's downfounded so much. It makes me it's leaving my brain right as of right now. As I'm describing the film, because this film is like made me so confused, so dumbfounded. Like I said, because there's nothing in this movie. Everything is the CGI is it's cheaper than cheap, and everything that leads to most things that leads to nowhere. Characters we don't know and who they are. Even one point, like there were two characters, like there was two girls are talking, and this is how bad it is when the sound effects is louder when the characters are talking. Like you hear like a brush of wind blowing, and the wind is. It sounds louder than when the people are talking, or you even hear freaking crickets creaking, and it's louder than people are talking. So you show how cheap homemade it is when you can't your effects make it sound louder than the people are talking. You can try when you're trying to hear them talk. Or other random stuff, like with the girl, like the end of like spits up something like it's orange. Well, it's because it's supposed to be blood, I guess, but it's orange. Or she's at the shopping center or mall, whatever, or store, and she's taking the toy sharks and just rubbing it against her. I mean, like, what is going on here? That's what with this film. What is going on here? I want to know. Yeah, questions unanswered and plot holes. Yeah. This film is making me stir crazy now. It makes me want to freaking puke, and it's driving me raving mad now. Man. So the nun wants an avenger, and for whatever reason, because she's mad at the world, or probably this nun is a demonic nun who wants to ask for Satan's help. I don't know. I'm trying to hold it in because I want to. And there was another one point. It's all this bunch of random points. There's this one girl. Well, supposedly a girl, but it's on a playground or something. But it's actually a full-grown adult that's acting like a little girl. I mean, you can't hire a little girl just for that one scene. You have to get an adult that tries to impersonate a little girl. And you get a bad CGI shark that doesn't share the same scene with the human, the same shot. No, it's the same. But most of the time, it's the same. It's like that. Like I said, Frankenfish that I reviewed previously is a masterpiece compared to this. I mean, there's the lead I liked, and yeah, the CGI is not that great from back in 2004, but that CGI is miles better compared to this masterpiece compared to the CGI in this, and better gory death scenes. The hippie guy gets his head bitten off, practical, or when the old lady gets like bitten in half. I can't. This is one of the films I just absolutely dumbfounds me. It's a film that I just literally leaves all these questions that are unanswered. Yeah, questions unanswered. Yeah, sure. We don't know whether the person was smoking or whatever thing. Oh, questions unanswered questions or plot holes. Yeah, it has everything in it. Everything I don't know about. Leaves me dazed and confused. I'm dazed and confused. I mean, this idea could have worked. Maybe if you could make it look like this, if it's something like, even if there was a possessed shark, and some priests go out and try to exorcise it. You know, if you want to make it like it's the Exorcist meets Jaws, you should have done it that way. Yeah, sure, it'd be like Jaws, but except it's three people, like the cop, the biologist, and the sailor guy, like in Jaws, Quint, Hooper, and Brody, but have it be like three priests and try to perform some exorcism or spells to extract the evil force of the shark, Make it something like this, but this is just a lying, deceiving cover that tries to fool you. Stay away from this movie, because this don't be fooled by this cover, because it is lying and deceiving film. If you're wondering, someone's at my door, from The Ring. So yeah, if you're wondering, someone's at my door. But yeah, it just fully dumbfounds me, because all this, wherever I try to gather, like I try to say, there's a Magnum, once an Avenger, and the shark, and the girl she gets possessed, and I guess another one gets possessed later on, and then by the end then I guess that one girl from the beginning stabs the nun, tries to do the same thing. I have no idea. Like I said, this is clearly like a homemade movie, and it's just amazed me all this people gets paid to do this stuff. These people get paid to do this stuff. Other low budget films that are so much better than this, and even ones that I like, they get shit on, are better than this. I think I've seen. Oh yeah, because I could probably remember. There was a film I reviewed long ago called Zombie Croc. That was a god awful. I did a big rant on that years ago, and that was a homemade movie. The whole idea could have worked, but instead of the croc, was made out of paper mache. It's exactly like this, because it's very cheap CGI for those made for $300. Probably didn't cost it. Probably made for $30. $300,000 budget. It seemed like it cost less than that. I don't know, I can't understand, because if I can't talk about this film any further, I'm just gonna end up, like I said, puking all over the place. So yeah, but don't bother watching this movie, because it'll. And those people who give those positive reviews, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, you can whatever you want, like I said, but I just will not understand. I will not understand it. My brother would probably like this because he likes watching bad movies. Guarantee it, because he likes watching these type of movies. But all the ones that I just enjoy, and those films, some of the films I like don't get the pass, but this people like this film. I don't understand it. I'm just looking over all the ones I like. I mean, like I said, even ones from sci-fi, even Sharknado, as bad as it is, the idea of it is ridiculous, but I would probably put this much better above this. That's probably saying a lot, though. But somehow that film got a franchise, so I don't understand why, because it was of the popularity. Yeah, but Shark Exorcist, I don't know what I could say. Better stop myself for any further, or otherwise I'm gonna This is just stay away from this movie, and if surprisingly, there's another film that's next to it I have up there. It's from the same company. What was it called? Red Eye. Yeah, no, Wild Eye. Wild Eye releasing, yeah. There's another one called Frank Sharkenstein. I haven't seen it, but I can guarantee it's probably in it. It's not likely to be in the cover, or it's gonna be nothing like this, and it's probably gonna be a cheap homemade movie. Sharkenstein. Where do people come up with this stuff? I mean, it's almost as bad. See, there I go again. It's almost as bad like the ones I saw years ago besides Sharknado. Those one were called, what was it, Ghost Shark? Where a shark could teleport any place where there's water. Like, a ghost shark can just eats a kid on a slip and slide, or it can pop out a pail of water. Or a car wash, I think it was. I forget. It's almost as bad as those sci-fi shark films. But yeah, I don't know where I go to it now. I'm stopping now. But anyway, this is my big rant on this film because nothing to it. It's a big pile of garbage. So, screw this film. I am never watching this film again. And otherwise, that's why this film's left my brain, because I want to forget about this film as fast as I can. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next review for Halloween month. Later.